In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to actually improve your mechanics fast in Fortnite. Coming from personal experience, I went from someone who couldn't do anything more complicated than a 90 to now considering myself to have mechanics better than some pros. I've got tips for those of you on controller, high ping, console, beginners, and advanced players, so no matter who you are, there's going to be something helpful for you in this video. With all that being said, let's hop right into it. The first thing I'm going to be going over is something that's really important in creating a base for increasing edit speed and mechanics, but most people really don't talk about it, and that's building up muscle memory and edit timing. Edit timing is essentially getting used to pressing your edit button as fast as you can right after your select button. This is important because the faster you can select an edit, the faster you can move on to the next edit, and it's just going to make editing faster way easier for you. To practice your edit timing, go into Orange Guy's warm-up map and go to the floor edit downs. Practice pressing your edit button and then immediately pressing your select button. Start slow and get used to it, and then eventually build up to full speed. If you do this for like 10 minutes every day right when you get on, it'll help you with everything else I'm going to be going over in this video. The next really important thing that I see a lot of people messing up on is editing with their pickaxe out instead of their builds. In the background, I'm going to show you a clip of me building, once with my pickaxe out and once with my builds out, and I want you guys to see the difference. A lot of people want to be flashy or just see other people editing fast and build up bad habits of constantly pulling their pickaxe out. Not only do you have to click an extra button in between, but if you're on high ping, it makes doing fast edits almost impossible. I myself used to do this, and what I did to fix it was go into a blank creative island and actually disable my keybind for my pickaxe, so I literally couldn't pull it out no matter what. I would then free build, and over time I got rid of that muscle memory, and now I do 90% of my edits with my builds out. That's definitely one thing that seems small but can make a huge difference in your mechanics, so I would definitely recommend trying it out. Another question I hear a lot is, should I use edit on release on or edit on release off? I'm actually thinking of making a separate video on just this, but in short, it's all personal preference, and I think you should just stick with what you're currently using. So if you're used to it off, then keep it off. If you're used to it on, then keep it on. Getting rid of all that muscle memory that you've learned, especially if you've been playing on it for a while, is only going to hurt you. The benefits of both even out, and in my opinion, they're pretty balanced. Now that we've gotten the basic stuff out of the way, I'm going to be diving into some actual techniques that I use to get my mechanics to where they are today. And the biggest thing that helped me was pushing myself to learn really advanced retakes. Anytime I would watch a pro or see a high ground retake I didn't know how to do, I would go into creative, put the clip in 0.5 speed, and spend an hour trying to learn it. Obviously, if your mechanics aren't that fast, don't hop straight into really advanced stuff, but if you feel like you have the basic fundamentals of editing down, this is definitely something I recommend doing. Not only is it cool to be able to do a bunch of retakes, it also improves your movement, and if you get into a weird situation and the only way to get out of it is to do a complex edit or build combination, that's going to help you out a ton. For those of you who don't feel ready to hop straight into that, spend 100% of your time in creative for the next month. Try to learn double edits, then triple edits, and then all of the variations of side jumps. If you need help with side jumps, I actually just made a video on them. I'll put that in the description. After that, learn some simple retakes by either looking up videos or asking a friend for some, and at that point you should be ready to tackle the more advanced stuff. One thing that's going to help your mechanics and fighting at the same time is doing build fights against really good players. If you 1v1 someone better than you, they're going to capitalize on your mistakes and punish you for them. When you do mechanic training by yourself, like free building and edit courses, if you mess up or make a bad edit, you don't get punished for it, and that's why build fights are so good. You'll learn over time what retakes and edits you can and can't do, while becoming a way better fighter along the way. When I was first starting out on keyboard and mouse, I 1v1 my friend for like 2 hours a day, every single day, and that was one of the biggest reasons why I got so good so fast. Build fights are going to help your aim, mechanics, fighting, and retakes all at once, and in my opinion, they're one of the most fun things to do in this game. A creative map that helped increase my mechanics speed and consistency was Raider's Mechanics Training Map V2. I did this map as a warm-up every day, doing all 11 of the piece control tunnels, which are a really good way to test what level your mechanics are at. I personally grinded this map to the point where I could do all of the piece control tunnels flawlessly without slowing down my movement, and for those of you on low ping, that's a really good goal to set. If the piece control tunnels are too difficult for you, I would recommend starting with the fundamentals section, and once you can do those flawlessly, then move on to the tunnels. This map also has a free building section that I love because on the side there are speed adjusters. When I was first learning how to triple edit, I would go into this map, put my speed to 0.8 and work on my crosshair placement. Once I could do a triple edit on 0.8 speed, I would move on to 0.9 speed, and then eventually I got up to full speed. Every now and then I'll go into there and I'll go to 1.1 or 1.2 speed and I'll free build for a little bit, which does seem kind of dumb, but once you go back to normal speed you feel like you have so much more time to make edits and building just feels way easier because you get used to that faster speed. The last thing I'm going to talk about is high ping. I know a lot of you get 30 ping or even more and feel like it's impossible to get fast mechanics, but trust me, it's not. In the background, I'm going to show you me free building on West where I get around 60 ping and I can do almost everything I can do on 0 ping. To be honest, things like quad edits and insanely fast builds aren't necessary to do well in this game, so if you're on high ping and can't do those things, don't worry, you really don't need them. If you're on anything more than 60 ping, I would honestly just recommend trying to get better internet. Although most people won't say it, becoming a pro on 60 plus ping is nearly impossible. It is possible, just very unlikely, and getting better internet and lower ping is going to make it way easier for you. A lot of people think getting fast mechanics takes years and tons of practice, but if I were to start over from scratch with all the information I've learned along the way about mechanics, I think within a month I could get them to a point where I could do everything needed to do well in arena and tournaments, and within 3 or 4 months I could probably get them to where they are today. It's all about spending your time wisely and knowing what to practice. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subs, and I appreciate all the support from you guys recently. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.